Hi there, and welcome to another ReplicaAirguns.com video. And right off the top, I kind of want to apologize for the voice. I've been suffering with a terrible cold and it's just killing me. But anyways, the videos must continue. In this video, we're going to cover the Zoraki model M906. It's another blank gun, 9mm P.A.K from Zoraki, ATAK Arms. And let's just open this up. And so you're going to see right away, this is a really tiny little gun. It's small, but it's really beefy. It's got some real meat to it. I wouldn't say it's heavy, because it does have a composite and metal construction, but it's definitely a nice, small, dense gun. So this is what you get. You get the flare adapter, of course. You get the cleaning rod, and it also comes, of course, with the manual. They all have these little manuals that they come with. And the gun actually came in this plastic to sort of keep it separated from the other components so that it wouldn't get scratched up, which is always nice. So let's take this gun out of the box and have a look. Stuff flying everywhere. Alright, so here it is. And right off the top, I want to just show you a comparison of the size compared to some of the other Zoraki guns that I currently own. So you can see here, it doesn't really look that much smaller, but one thing you'll notice is look at how thin the actual handle is. And that makes a big difference when you're, if you were to carry this, and you're trying to conceal it in some way. And the reason I mention that is Zoraki or these guns in general, there's very similar versions of them, and I would almost believe that they probably come from the same factory, but they're called different models. Like for instance, this is the Zoraki 914. It's referred to as a streamer in places like Russia, where they actually fire similar ammunition, except for the ammunition has a rubber bullet in it, and it's a 10mm bullet that's compressed into the 9mm blank shell, and they fire these as self-defense weapons, and that's what they're allowed to carry there. So there's a whole market in Russia and other places for these types of guns. So if you were carrying this gun in those places, this particular model here would make it much easier to carry with literally the same amount of punch. Now the 914 holds up to 14 rounds, whereas this one holds 6 rounds in the mag and 1 in the chamber. So you wouldn't get as many shots off, but definitely a lot more easy to carry. Okay, so that's the 914 in comparison. Next on the Zoraki list, we have my little R1 revolver. Nice gun, but still, again, when you look at it, quite a bit larger. Not exactly the kind of gun you want to walk around with too often, if you're going to do that kind of thing. And lastly, I hope this will even fit in here. I've got this sort of, you can see here, obviously, much smaller gun. Alright, so this here is the 925, and it's another Zoraki model. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the outside, some different views. That's the right side, the left side. Right, obviously you've seen the bottom, and we'll go over some of the components. Let's just do a real quick safety check, just to always be safe. And you can see here, no rounds in the chamber. Alright, so nice little gun. It has like a 2-stage hammer, so you can actually half cock it, and I believe this is just to protect it so that when you're firing the gun, or if it's in your pocket and there's a round in the chamber, and you just want to keep the hammer off the firing pin, that'll in case you were to bump it. That's just a little safety feature, so it's kind of neat. It's single action only, so there's no double action. It's just basically single action. So the actual slide has to come back, or the hammer has to be pulled back in order to activate the hammer. And that's nice. Typically a lot of small guns are like that. You have your safety here, and the safety essentially is also, and for field stripping it, you would rotate it all the way around and pull it out. You have your slide release here again, right? And the mag release is on the bottom. It's not over here like a lot of guns have it. It's on the bottom, so it kind of pops out. It's almost basically got a spring type clicking feel to it. Nice gun. I really like the look of this gun. It's just beautiful, really. It's really, really well made. I mean, you'd really look at this gun and you would think this is a real gun in production that fires actual, 9mm rounds. It's so well made. The composite portion is just beautiful. Just like on the 925, the composite parts are they're just perfect. The slide, when I take this off, the slide, I've had it off, it's actually very dense, very thick. The slide itself is probably constructed in a way that would have no problem handling any actual live ammunition. That said, I'm sure the barrel itself isn't really constructed for that type of thing. Wouldn't want to modify this in any way. But I love the open ejector port here. I love that look. That's just a nice look. It's almost like a little mini SIG or something. I mean, it's just really cool. Again, this is a front firing gun. So let's just take a quick look with the old mag light. See if we can get some light in here. There you can see here. So you can see through it. It's got a metal rod in there to stop any type of bullets from coming out. If there were anything or anything in the actual barrel, you definitely don't want to try firing anything out of this gun. But it is front firing, which makes it nice and more realistic again. Okay, so let's field strip this. Fairly easy to do once you get this out. And again, back and up, and then you have some parts in here, which I don't really want to take them out too much, but basically this gun is apart now. So that's it. It's apart, and the lower frame is fairly light because it's mostly composite, with the exception of the barrel and some other metal parts in here. But it's really, a very small little gun. The actual slide is very heavy and dense. You can see how thick it is. Look at this, the metal on this thing. It's very dense. It's very heavy. I like the sights. Not that you're actually using them, but I like the way they design their sights on this gun, with this sort of tapered rear part. So it's really easy to get a lot of light through there when you're viewing it through it. So if it were a real gun, it would shoot very nice. Let's put this back together. Alright, it's always harder to put them back together. Don't ask me why. Alright. That was pretty easy. Now, alright, sorry, I had to actually read the manual to figure how to put this back in. I think the first time I did it, it must have accidentally done it the right way. So anyways, what you do is you put this in, and this will be useful information. You put it in so that this is pointing down, and then you can turn it. You feel that there's some tension, and then push down. And come on, you can do it. And it's not working for me. Alright. Not easy. There we go. Okay, so you basically have to turn it when it's pointing down, and then you rotate it back till it's basically parallel, and then you kind of push it in, and it'll just automatically pop in when you get the right position. Probably with a little bit of practice, you'd probably get better at it than me. You don't need to do it too often, just when you're cleaning the gun, so not a big deal. Yeah, so let's put the magazine back in. Nice gun. Nice, everything about it. I just really like it. I can hardly wait to shoot this thing and see how it feels. I mean, it's probably because it's such a small gun. You'll probably notice a little bit more kick with this, being that it's a front firing. Just such a well-made gun. You can see here it's even got the markings, caliber 9.9mm P.A.K. Let's load up the magazine. So you can put 6 rounds in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's really it. So you can put 6 in the mag. Look how tiny that is. And you'd basically, if you wanted to put one in the chamber, you could pop the mag in, rank it once, and then pull the magazine out and add another round. That would be the way to do that. You'd have to be careful with it, obviously, because it's ready to go. Beautiful little gun, really. And like I said, just to recap, it's a composite gun, so it has the lower sort of Polymere style frame with metal barrel, metal slide, some other metal components in the lower portion of the gun. 6-round magazine, one in the chamber, so up to 7 rounds. 9mm P.A.K. Basically, this is a single action only. And yeah, really that's it. I mean, just a nice, really nice blank gun, and I have to say this is probably one of my favorite guns from Zoraki. I just like it so much. It's just so neat. I like the 925 a lot. You know, I really like them all, but this has got to be my favorite one. So if you can get your hands on one of these, certainly do. I recommend this one. Out of all my blank guns, it's probably one of the nicest and most well designed and made guns that I have. One last thing I want to do is I got a new Casio camera that does some slow motion stuff. I took some slow-mo shots of the slide being released and it chambering around, and so I've done that in a few different various frame rates, and so I'll tack this on right now to the end of this video so you can check it out. Thanks again for watching another ReplicaAirguns.com video, and make sure to check back again to watch more videos, and of course, the Zoraki model M906 firing in one of my upcoming videos very shortly. Take care.